Welcome to day 6. Okay, so we have our day 6 tea, which is blueberry. So let's do this. I have so much, too many cups. Move, please. Thank you. Okay. Milk. Okay. Tea. Okay. Ooh. All right. It's good. We will drink this. It tastes very much like the berries and cream one from like 3 days ago, but that's fine. So it occurred to me that I never finished the 1,000 Doors Readathon, or I never did like a wrap up for it. I finished it in November, but I didn't do a wrap up for it. So the first door I picked was Drinking by My Shelf's door, and it was the number 5. So I picked the book Watch Over Me by Nina LaCour, and it goes with 5 for 2 reasons. One, the cover. There's 5 flowers on her hair. And then 2, there's like a central song, which is Someone to Watch Over Me, which is 5 words. And it's mentioned multiple times. That's like where the title comes from, is from that song. So there's that one. I really liked that book. It's a YA magical realism about a girl who ages out of her foster care, basically, because she was in the foster care system. And she ends up getting a job on a farm with a bunch of other kids who have like aged out of the system, but they take care of children like on a farm. So like, it's just kind of a foster kids who aged out taking care of foster kids with the support of like these people who own the farm. You see ghosts just like walking through the farm. And it's really good book. I liked it a lot. Which leads to what the question was for the next door. And the question was, what did you rate the book? And I rated it 4 to 5 stars. I rated it somewhere in between, probably closer to the 5 end than the 4 end, because I really liked the book. And I still think about it. So that led to Meg's door, which her meme was, I'm back. And for this one, I picked Queen Takes King, which is the sequel to Queen Takes Knights by Jolie Sue Burkhart. And this book, the first book, it's a lot of vampires and like sexy blood stuff. It sounds really weird when you say it, but it's like this girl didn't know she was a vampire, or I guess this woman didn't know she was a vampire. These like demons were coming after her, and then these guys saved her and told her she's like secretly, or she's actually a queen of like the vampires, and that was the first book. The second book she's trying to get used to this role with these knights, and then people are like threatening her position, and they were like, the way to solve this problem is to get a king, because kings make you more powerful. And so like the whole thing was her going to get a king. The question that led to the next door for this one was, did you see the ending coming? And I said, yeah, it was predictable. I knew what was going to happen. It's a vampire romance novel, so I already knew what was going to happen, but I didn't mind. Like, I knew it was going to happen. I still enjoyed it. I didn't mind knowing. So that led to the next door, and the theme was Marvel, like the Marvel universe. So the theme was like the Marvel universe. And for this one, I picked Wolf Gone Wild by Juliet Cross because Evie loves Marvel. Like, she is all about comics and loves Marvel, and also Star Wars, and they're both owned by Disney, so it still counts also, I guess, towards that. So I picked that one. Wolf Gone Wild is about a werewolf. His name's Mateo. Mateo gets a curse put on him, or a hex put on him, so he can't switch into his werewolf counterpart. And so his werewolf counterpart is like slowly eating away at his sanity, and there's a lot of like back and forth in his brain between like him talking and his werewolf, his name's Alpha, talking, and them talking back and forth, and it's really funny. And it's just super cute, and I love Mateo. He is the best person ever. And he has to get help, and he gets help from a witch, which is Evie, who's the second main character, and she's the one that loves Marvel and all things geeky. He's like, I need help breaking this hex, because she is a hex breaker, and she is like, I can't help you because you're a werewolf. But they end up kind of like striking a bargain, and she's able to help him, and they grow closer, and it is very, very cute. So the question after that one was, I feel like I'm talking really fast. So the question that led from this one was, did you like the main character? And I liked both main characters. I loved Mateo, and I liked Evie. So I picked the next door, which led back to Meg's memes. That next meme was I'm an acquired taste. And I picked A Hunger Like No Other by Cressley Cole, because I'm guessing that the Immortals After Dark series is an acquired taste. I guess I just don't have any taste, because I don't like the Immortals After Dark series. I read Warlord Wants Forever, didn't like it. And then there were people who were like, well, that's just the like intro novella, it doesn't count, read the first book. So I read the first book, and I still didn't like it. So I don't like Immortals After Dark. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll try the next book, but like I didn't like the first two, so I don't know why I would like the next one, but like whatever. Anyways, the book I picked was A Hunger Like No Other, because I read part of it earlier. I knew it was an acquired taste because, like I said, I read the novella, didn't like it, but everybody keeps raving about Immortals After Dark. So I read part of the first book because I got it as a Christmas present from a friend, and I didn't like it. I stopped. I DNF'd the book. This was like a year ago. So then I was like, okay, let me try again. So this time I got it on audiobook. Still didn't like the book. So yeah, everyone likes Immortals After Dark but me. I guess I have no taste. I don't know. From that door, the question was, did you like the setting? And I love paranormal romance. I love vampires. The idea of vampires and Valkyries and werewolves is super cool. So I was like, yeah, I kind of liked the setting. Like, it was current day America, or no, not current day America, current day world, because they were in like Scotland for part of it. And so I was like, yeah, I liked the setting enough. So I kind of enjoyed the setting. I just didn't enjoy the book. And that led me to the prompt. That is the word, prompt. A book with a weapon. So I picked Burn for Me by Ilana Andrews because Izzy from Happy for Now said I should try this series by Ilana Andrews. She's like, it takes place in Houston. And I was like, I'm a sucker for a book that takes place in Texas that's not about cowboys. So I was like, yes. Because I wanted to try an Ilana Andrews book. Because everybody talks about Ilana Andrews. And I'm just like, I have never read her, so I don't know what the hype's about. So I read Burn for Me because weapons, magic is a weapon. And like the main characters use magic as weapons. So I was like, that works. I loved this book. I think this was my favorite out of the whole Readathon. Other than A Hunger Like No Other, I genuinely liked all of these books. I still think about Watch Over Me. It is a great contemporary, young adult contemporary. I really like it. It covers really heavy topics in a really interesting way. Queen Takes King, like I read Queen Takes King, Queen Takes Knight, and Queen Takes King. No, Queen Takes Knights, Queen Takes King, and then immediately read Queen Takes Queen. So like, I read the first 3 in a week. I didn't even audiobook it. I legit read those books. I loved Wolf Gone Wild, and Burn for Me, I think is my favorite. Like, I would go back and read it. I'm on book 3 in the series, and I don't even want to finish reading the series because it's still ongoing, and I think the next book doesn't come out till like 2022. So I was like, I don't even want to continue because then I have to wait, and I don't want to wait for the series to continue. So maybe I should just stop now, because that's how my brain works, and that's why I never get more than 3 deep in any series, because if they're like still being written, I'm just like, well, I don't want to wait, so I just won't read the rest of them. But yeah, I don't think I mentioned what Burn for Me is about. Y'all, this is how my brain works. It just keeps skipping between tracks, and I am sorry. Burn for Me is about this private investigator who has magical powers that she can, she's basically a human lie detector. And so because her power is very passive and like easy to hide, she hasn't told anyone about her powers because she knows that if she does, she would have to be like an interrogator for the government, and she doesn't want that. So she works as a private investigator in her family's private investigator firm, and helps find mostly like cheating spouses or missing pets or things like that, like very low risk cases that are easy to solve. Because she's like, if I don't think I can like solve this case or complete it to satisfaction, I'm just not going to take it. And then the higher up company that owns her company basically makes her take a suicide mission. And she's like, I don't want to. And they were like, that sucks for you, but you have to. And so she did, and then she just kind of goes on this big adventure with this really hot, crazy dude who is also emotionally invested in this case. And yeah, that's a terrible description, but I've read 2.5 books and it's all kind of mixed together, and I don't want to spoil anything. So go read it. I loved this series so far. Go read this series. That's it. That's all I got. That is my 1,000 Doors Readathon. I will see y'all tomorrow.